dropped him.
Well done.
So last week I took a young fella called Will out on a hunt. Nice guy, he came down, he met me from Sydney. The first afternoon we just glassed the pines just to see what we could find. I kind of knew there were some deer running around there, but fortunately nothing came out, which is just hunting to a T. Next morning we had a bit of luck. We woke up before light and we crept into the forest. The first encounter we got barked at by a fallow doe and her fawn, which is pretty uncommon because fallow do bark, but you got to really spook them. They're definitely not as easy to get to bark as the sandbar are. Then we got into the forest and Buck picked up a couple of deer and Will was the first to see them, but just the action of him loading his rifle and that pop of the cartridge coming up and hitting his bolt before it was chambered, that unfortunately scared the creature away. So, the morning was getting away from us, so we just decided to go and nestle ourselves into some bushes and look over a clearing. And lucky for us, a buck started walking out into the forest. And Will was lucky enough to get a shot off on him. Yep, dropped him. So it was awesome. His first deer, and it was a fallow buck in hard velvet. That's pretty beautiful.
No, it's cool because we bumped to four fallow. We got barked at by two fallow just before sunrise, and then another couple got on there just as you loaded the rifle, and then you were lucky enough to drop this. You dropped this fella. So yeah, mate, well done. That's pretty good for your first deer in a state forest. I mean, now the real work begins. Now we've got to start, cutting him up. You can see he's just started to rub out his antlers, which is cool. Yeah. Hard velvet, young buck, great meat. Huh? Let's do it. Yeah, no, my pleasure, man. My pleasure, bro. Flies are ripe, so we've got to get this quick.
Yeah.
You usually step over.
Okay.
Put your foot between, so you open up this crease here.
Yep.
Right, get back, dog. You just have to keep cutting along that for now, and then we can eventually take his leg off. Oh, he's strong. I can try and split it. Now I believe I've hit the pelvis just at the bottom there.
Yep.
Between the legs, and then I want to split some more. When you start cutting through meat, you actually, you leave more on the animal. But when you get good and you can use the muscles as a guide, and the bones as a guide, and that white membrane as a guide, you end up leaving a lot less on the animal.
Right.
Which is not great if you have dogs, because dogs probably like the bloody offcuts.
That's one leg done.
There you go. Just keep the flies off him, get this in a game bag, and then do the rest. Right?
Yep, cool.
Yeah.
What's
it, boy?
Yeah, just hang it there in the shade. Perfect.
Alright, it's cool.
We quartered him up, we packed him in the backpack, and Will was pretty game. He took it all out on his shoulders, which was fun. I just took the back straps, which was a bit of a luxury for a guide, I guess.
Got an easy job. I got an easy job this time.
And yeah, we had a good time. We took it back. We let it hang for a little bit, but because it was summer, we couldn't let it hang too much for obvious reasons. And then that afternoon, we decided to go and glass over the pines, glassed up a few deer. It was good to see.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
I can't see shit from here.
Really? It's moving off to the right now, behind those trees. It's just out of view.
They were just really too far off for us to have a good shot at. We did try at some that came closer, but...
Saw it bounce off.
Unfortunately, I ranged in the wrong deer and set the spotting scope on the wrong deer. So the deer's safe because the bullet sailed way over his shoulder. I have wounded pride, but still, it was a great experience, and mistakes are always possible. You know, it wasn't an anticlimax at all. We got back to camp that night. Will decided he was pretty satisfied, and he went and the next morning, we went to bed. The next morning we woke up and packed up, went and had coffee in town, then went our separate ways. And yeah, so Will, if you're watching this, mate, I hope you had a good time. I know I did, and I hope you enjoyed the meat. So happy hunting, mate.